Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate that. So today is a thing that happened. It was actually kind of fun. It went down a lot. A really good dip buying opportunity. But one thing I did today, and I did play a silly game, and now I've won a silly prize. And in my defense, the chart looked like this today. And so I decided when it was like here that I would do an inverse or two. It wound up being two funds. So I wound up being labeled as a pattern day trader, but this was first of all, I thought that it was if you were like, I did not realize that it was four trades. I thought it was just if if you had a day trade for that day, that day got filled up and you just couldn't do it more than like the 3 trading days. So I misunderstood that. And then I went to go sell as triple Q because I did SMST first and I got the 5% gain really quickly. And so after like an hour, I was like, I should have put more in SMST, but I can still put some in something else. So I found S triple Q and then immediately looked back at the chart and was like, no, this doesn't look right. I need to get out of this. And so Robinhood just kept warning me that I'd be a pattern day trader. And I was like, sure, but if I don't sell this pretty soon, I'm going to lose a lot of money. So I'd rather be a pattern day trader than lose money. At least not like that. So here's what it looked like. I bought the SMST for $6.05 and I sold it for $6.55. So I made $2.50 on an inverse today, and I'm not really being sarcastic, I'm pretty proud of myself. I put in that trailing stop loss because I was working all day and in a bunch of meetings and I wasn't sure I was going to pay enough attention to it, but that let me not lose money. So $2.50 is better than losing money with an inverse. And so, like I said before, when I bought S triple Q, I had buyer's remorse. And so I got out at $291.05. So yes, I did make a whole dime from that inverse play, but I look back later and I would have lost a couple of dollars already, so no complaints. And speaking of doing a bunch of weird things and being over leveraged, I'm wondering how QDTE is doing and how it's stacking up. And so Round Hill is the deep blue one, and WDTE, which is the Defiance one, which they sell puts, they're actually tracking VU very nicely, very closely. But then you have YieldMax, and YieldMax is losing its nav. It's just doing YieldMax things. And then this is JEPI, is the gold one. And the way that they've structured their fund, it's only 20% in covered calls, so they're doing actually really good and doing a good job of just not losing money. So eventually, someday, the goal is that we can afford to have JEPI in our portfolio and earn just 8%. And then if we go to the total real returns, for the first time since I've been tracking on this, if you had invested in VU, you would have more money than if you invested in XDT. So that's interesting, but it's really not off by all that much. So it's kind of like a tracking error. And then you have JEPI and SpyEye and iSpy and T-Spy and SpyT and WDTE here. And I did hear the request for T-Spy, and I did add that to go into YieldMight. However, the service that I use to deploy to the server, it's been experiencing outages, and I'm not sure if it's just like the service that I use or if it is a global like AWS cloud thing. But either way, I'm waiting for them to fix their issue, and then I will be able to change YieldMight. But if you wanted to go and just filter on broad index, these are the broad index high income ETFs that are available. And days like today are really good reminders that you should make sure that you are properly diversified and that you don't use all the leverage that's available to you. So I did not get margin called, but I also feel like I'm a little over leveraged with the amount of puts that I have out. But I'm really just going to need my renter to keep making payments on time and for me to collect all the rent and there not be any maintenance issues. And that way, in a few months, and if I don't add any more puts, which I'm not planning on adding any more puts to my arsenal, then I should be properly leveraged. So I know that's not how like leveraging works. Usually it's like actually you have to have your guardrails in place and then don't walk ahead of your guardrails, because if you don't have guardrails, then your entire portfolio is going to explode. Not in a good way either. So I'm not changing anything. I made around $600 today with options trading. And yeah, it kind of sucks that the value of my entire portfolio is down, but it is what it is, and we should just expect more volatility in the future. Did you make any surprising or unique trades today? Did you buy any dip in Misty? And I will talk to you all later. Bye.